Okay, don't know what Raven's up to right now, but we're getting started. Dylan, do me a favor, speak real quick.
Bark.
Cool. Good dog.
All right, time to head out.
Hey, you walked into that one.
You said speak instead of say something.
You expect me to not yes and that shit?
Okay.
All right. Last time we left off, we were doing stuff around the distribution center north of Mount Knot. So now we actually need to prepare to make that journey to Mountain City. Check on BB real quick.
How you doing, baby?
Let's take a look at our stamina. Now let's replenish that. We have to deliver an antimatter bomb to Mountain Knot City. Right. Did I have any other orders active? Need to check. No active orders. Okay, we're good.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons.
Okay, so I don't know. Orders for Sam. Antimatter bomb. 80 kilos. Quite a ways to go. Okay, if that's the case, then we're going to remove certain things. We want traversal and possibly weapons. We might run into... I feel like we might run into Higgs again.
That would probably be a safe bet.
One is ready to... I'm just gonna... That one in private locker since that one's almost out. So we'll take these two. These in the utility pouch. Got some repair spray, some pneumatic grenades. Let's put these on the suits. Let's take off our power skeleton. We've got 3 sets of boots, so we're good there. We may end up fighting the Homo Demons again. In just a moment. And let me listen to this briefing again.
If the theory that tar jets are somehow connected to the beach is correct, then Mountain Knot City may very well be in danger of being consumed by the other side. Which is why they need you to close off the ones in that region before it's too late. However, if we were to use an antimatter bomb, our scientists think it might be enough to sever the connection. They used to research antimatter propulsion technology here before the first expedition. Using antimatter sequestered via the beach, believe it or not. But those experiments were eventually suspended. The researchers never came close to developing anything workable, and the dangers were deemed far too great. When Bridges 1 arrived, they assumed control of their facilities and antimatter stores. To minimize the risk of a catastrophic annihilation, the antimatter was partitioned using special magnetic traps. We repurpose those traps to make the bomb. Once the magnetic field is removed, the antimatter comes into contact with the casing and triggers a void out. Now, it goes without saying, but if one of these things goes off en route, we'll have a catastrophe on our hands. And to make matters worse, the traps weren't designed to be transported. Sure, the container carrying the bomb has a built-in stabilizer, but it's not something you want to tip over or drop. If those magnets fail, you're gone, along with everything else for miles around. So yeah, you could call this a dangerous delivery, but I can't think of anyone better equipped to handle it. Get it done, Sam. We're counting on you.
Okay. Got the order. Got our blood bag. We got our container repair spray. Got our boots. Insufficient materials. I need to go somewhere else and get skeleton. Alright. Real fast, I'm gonna head over to another location and I'm gonna print out a speed skeleton.
Beginning safe travels on a pleasant journey.
Oh yeah. Completed the road between here and the other places.
Nice.
So it's smooth sailing, got ourselves a lot. Ah, there's Raven.
Down in chat.
They're in the stream chat, yeah.
I can't look at that at the moment. Making me some problem.
I need to buy some.
Someone's happy.
I haven't had one in months. So I definitely want to bring this container repair spray. If I'm like, since they just talked about how fragile this bomb's going to be. I'll print out the skeleton and I'll print out a rifle or so. Or two. Maybe some pneumatic grenades.
Nice, tasty blood grenades.
Hey there, Raven.
There, Raven.
There you go, Speed Demon.
You good?
Raven. On our own, Dylan and I tried out the suicide mission difficulty.
Man. Shit's rough.
Earns its name, I'll tell you that.
It goddamn fucking does.
So Raven, how'd you sleep?
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID.
Not well, I take it.
Weapons detected.
Or really good, and they're having trouble waking up.
All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
Just adjusting some real quick. I'm just taking care of something.
All good.
Set alarm to sleep for a half hour.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Alarm goes off. I put phone underneath 3 pillows and then went back to sleep.
So you slept really good, and now you're having
No,
trouble
I'm
waking up.
awake. If I slept really good, I wouldn't be here.
Fair enough.
The rest can stay on the trike. Alright, we got pneumatic grenades, non-lethal assault rifles, ladders, container repair spray. Just about everything we should need. This load shouldn't be particularly heavy. It's only 80 kilos, so I don't think we need a power skeleton.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
Since this incinerator is here, I'm probably gonna have to make a delivery to a pet center.
Keep on keeping on.
Who was building something here? Maybe I should I'll check that later. It's interesting how when the roads are raised, you never see supports for them in this game.
Yeah, they're just weird little... I don't even know what you would define them as.
Loading.
No, because they have the little weird black
Wonder if anyone's watching.
streams
Ah,
down below.
so yeah, we're gonna go get this antimatter bomb, and they're saying, "Hey, maybe we figure our own void out on these tar spouts that lead to the beach. It'll cut it off." Do we know this for sure? No. But we're gonna try it anyway. Wild Gauncher. That's a easy name. That's not how that does go. Apparently this thing is front wheel drive. No. Alright. It's all wheel drive.
What can't you do?
The idea of a motorcycle that's front wheel drive scares me. Oh, I don't know if you or Dylan saw it, but I mentioned that Call of Duty is having an optimization update that's going to reduce its bloat
Yeah.
by 101 gigabytes.
About 15 years too late.
Beginning scan.
Honestly.
Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be
Like,
Boots, we got ladders, we got all kinds of
Safe
stuff.
travels.
We're ready for this
Sand border bridges.
delivery.
So what's stopping the outside from melting?
What do you mean?
From the time fall.
Oh, they use timefall resistant materials, I should say, which I should actually say is, materials that don't degrade a lot over as time goes on, and then they have to do maintenance when it's not raining. That's generally the implication.
My brain and it's like something that doesn't degrade over time. So they made it out of Lucy Lou.
No, I mean stuff that doesn't degrade a shit ton over time.
The Lucy Lou.
Be
How
advised,
old
Sam.
is she again?
The case for that antimatter
her
bomb was
50s,
not
I think.
designed for long-distance transport.
No.
The magnetic traps that keep the antimatter sequestered are delicate. A powerful impact, reckless driving, an unbalanced carrier. There are all kinds of ways the traps could fail. Any abnormalities detected within the case should trigger an alarm. If it goes off, you're doing it wrong. And if the bomb goes off, we'll have a disaster on our hands. The kind we can't come back from.
I should probably have this on my back. Just for...
Son of a bitch. She's
safety.
56.
Yeah, I told you she was in her 50s.
I thought she was at least 60.
No, she's not.
Order assigned.
Deliver the hell bomb.
Beginning safe travels on the Pleasant Journey.
No, remember, antimatter bombs are not explosive. They cause annihilation reactions or something else entirely.
Kaboom.
Maybe I should have built roads
Weapons restrictions lifted.
going out this way.
Nah. Only mooch off with other players. Never contribute.
What are you talking about? I built a shitload of roads. I fucking do control. Ass.
Alex spends like 2 streams straight just making loads of fucking roads.
Okay, so that water is fucked up. What's the latest save data?
That river looked like it was made out of like river looked like I could wade into it. It would barely reach my fucking ankles. You sank like a fucking rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that is a genuine thing, especially in like northern climates. It just happened like it.
They do tell you to watch out for like streams that are like that look calm and super duper clear because the light refraction makes the ground look like it's right there, and it'll be like
Weapons restricted.
600 meters down.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Safe travels.
We're gonna do a scan.
I'm living here in Wisconsin. We have two types of water. We have Great Lakes, or we have the pond, and that's it.
Let me
Hey!
button again. We gotta get over there. Which means we gotta cross all this wetland. Who knows what we're gonna find?
Wetlands.
This looks like rocky terrain. I'll have to check if it is. Okay, so I'm gonna put a line through that. But if that terrain is actually impassable, then we'll have to go through here along the riverside, and then we'll have to make our way through something resembling that. Probably should have gotten the distance kind. Mules. No, it's not even mules, it's fucking... It's even worse. What? I apparently targeted a guy. I can't even see him. But the game sure did.
Me in any big team battle map for Halo.
Oh good, there's a column where I can charge this thing. hoping that rock damages them. I don't know how deep it is. Okay, it's not deep.
I would have laughed my ass off if you had got to the edge of that river and it just suddenly dips and you just nose dive into the water. Wouldn't make sense physically.
Okay. Let's just do this and recharge the bike a little bit. Give us a little check. Give us a save point for a bit too.
Good morning, Sam.
To get back to it. We'll see if it gives us anything. If it's just something we've seen before, then we'll just go ahead and skip it.
Sorry about the mess.
Yeah, we've seen this one. Looks like there's probably a BT area. Come on, what the fuck did I? Oh my god. A rock hidden in the tall grass.
Is it really hidden if it's quite visible?
Wasn't invisible. Okay, if I can't see it when I'm driving like this, then it's a little bit hidden.
It was on top of the grass.
No, the grass was taller. What do you mean it's damaged? I didn't even do anything! Okay, I think we're gonna have to walk over. This thing's giving me, like, cargo damage vibration warnings.
Yeah, because it said
Barely
don't. It said don't bump. You got a tutorial message before you had killed yourself in that.
It says don't bump. I'm not
high
even bumping
river.
into anything. It's just going like, I can't do it. It's too much. Let me grab at least one of the ladders.
Sam.
I don't like leaving the trike. Alright, let's see where we're at. Well, we're more than halfway there. Hey guys, does that look ominous to you?
No.
I mean, it's a valley.
That looks weird. Should I go? No, I shouldn't. I should avoid rocky terrain. Even if I get cut through easy, like quicker, it's still rocky, and I don't want to be taking this thing through rocky terrain. Glad I was able to avoid those terrorists. I do not want to know what would happen if somebody shot the damn bomb. Could you imagine, Dylan?
If an antimatter explosion went off on your back, well, suddenly it's very much not your problem anymore.
Technically, it wouldn't be a problem for Sam either way. He'd just come back. It would suck.
Those are steel beams, I think. Water's not. Okay, we're fine. Damn, that thing's meant for the weather station. That's way the fuck out there.
What were these things for?
There may have been buildings here, and that's what remains of their support structures. So I can't imagine what kind of buildings would have this kind of layout. I don't know. Timefall is weird. Does all kinds of shit to stuff. This game's so fucking beautiful. Hey, there's a road paver. Guys, what would you say are some of your favorite, or you'd say were what you would, in your opinion, are some of the prettiest looking games?
Clear Obscure.
Yeah, Expedition 33 just has fantastically amazing visuals.
Definitely good art direction. It doesn't have to be like your absolute favorite. Like you can keep naming as many as you want.
Monster Hunter World was. I remember like just fucking being thrilled with Monster Hunter World when I booted that bitch up for the first time because of how nice it looked.
I'm weird. I don't honestly pay attention to how the game looks.
Like I definitely notice, yeah, it's like I definitely notice when a game doesn't look great, but
I near that?
I guess I could say Horizon Forbidden West.
Ooh, yeah, the Horizon
I do
games
love
also
the
looks really
visuals of
good.
that. I do love the visuals of every tribe too. That's honestly, I like how all the tribes.
I
look
care
different.
more for art direction than actual
Mhm.
like fidelity.
Oh yeah, like
So,
because eventually fidelity becomes diminishing returns.
Yeah.
Like, when the things went from 60 polygons to 600 polygons to 6,000, like those were impressive leaps. But then 6,000 to 600,000 was less impressive because it
well,
was just
it
harder to
depends.
notice.
It depends. How many of those polygons are going to 2B's ass?
Lovingly rendered.
The way you
Does
guys
indeed.
continuously talk about stuff from near while also being like, also never play it, please. Never stream it, please.
I mean,
Because you were so afraid of it.
I can respect a thing and never want to actually do it. I respect Jackie Chan films, don't care enough to watch them.
I'm wondering what your thing against them is.
I don't want to watch them. It's nothing
No,
specifically
like,
against
it's the
them,
thing,
I'm
like, you
I
just,
don't care.
you've never seen any of them, but you're like, but I don't want to watch them. Even the slightest of, like, and I can't fathom, like, that kind of thing, like...
They don't
Beginning
seem
scan. Scanning
to, like,
bridges ID.
visually
Verifying ID.
interest me.
Clear. Weapons detected. All
See,
weapons will be locked
the
until
thing
departure.
is,
Cargo
I'm just
verified.
wondering how you can make that judgment when you've never even tried one. That, like, I understand if it was like, yeah, I saw one, wasn't for me, so I did, like, so I have no interest
Saw
in
Rush
seeing
Hour.
another. Yeah, but Rush Hour is not really his film. He's in the film, but that's an American.
Yes.
Decontaminating suit. All clear.
Like, the
Welcome,
vibes
Sam
in
Porter
his
Bridges.
Hong Kong films and Rush Hour are very, very different. Yeah, he brought his signature style of fighting and whatnot to it, but that doesn't mean, like, that was necessarily, like, his film.
I mean, I also just don't typically try to watch movies that are from outside of my country of origin, or at least ones that are not English. And it's not particularly because the subtitle thing is a huge problem for me because I watch movies with subtitles. It's just I don't wanna.
Raven just
I
proving
don't wanna.
themselves to be the typical American who's too racist to watch foreign films.
I mean, I know that what do you call it? The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo is supposed to be a really good.
That movie's hard to watch.
movie.
You don't even. That's not even a thing where you have to be like, well, it's a great foreign film. It's just like The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo and the entire Millennium trilogy is just hard to
Is it
watch.
called Millennium Trilogy.
Yeah, because there's a magazine called Millennium.
I thought it was the Girl Trilogy.
That's the title of every
It's
book.
always
but
the
it's
girl
called
with.
Millennium. So the thing is, the character, the thing is that there's a magazine and an investigative journalist for that magazine who worked with her through the entire thing, and and that magazine's called the Millennium.
That's an interesting thing there.
Delivery complete. Displaying performance evaluation.
Only 5% damage.
Because we have to.
I still remember that one time that you had gotten a major order to go to a specific place, and you just kept on going every other location.
Everywhere the
So
fuck
that when
else.
you finally delivered it, the fucking map just goes it is a figure 8 as it's keeping going back and forth, back and forth.
The hell do you think you're doing, Bridges? That network you're building is carrying some nasty stuff. Stuff nobody would want anywhere near them. I thought you people would have figured that out by
Mama?
now. We want no part of your chiral network or the UCA.
I don't think so.
That voice. Is that you, Mama? You hit your head there, Mama?
I'm not yours, and yours is no kind of mother.
All right. Enough games, Mama.
I don't think you heard me, mister. Mountain Knot City is telling you and the UCA to take a hike. You people keep doing what you're doing, and you're gonna put us right back on the road to the death stranding. We didn't ask for you to come and tell us how to live our lives. We'll decide that for ourselves, thank you very much. All we want from you is the occasional delivery.
Like, what the fuck do you think you're doing here?
So you
Delivering the
speak for
thing
the
you asked me to bring.
That's right. I'm in charge. The name's Lochner.
Lochner. Hold up, I need to talk to you. You're a technician, right?
Look, go home and don't come back.
Listen to me, damn it. I need your help.
Well, we don't need yours, Bridges. You're only making things worse.
Sorry you had to deal with that, Sam. She's the boss over there, and she's not afraid to lay down the law. We need her, and we need her people. We've lost too many others as it is. Without Mountain Knot City, the chiral network and the UCA will never be complete.
What now?
So, here's the thing. Sam, Lochner is Mama's twin sister. Former Bridges 1. Went west with the others. Second group, just like Mama. Mama's not her real name, of course. That'd be Malingen. Both have dooms and both are scientific geniuses. Mama's primary field of expertise is applied physics. Lochner's is theoretical. Mama designed the Cupid hardware. Lochner, the software. They said they could converse over any distance. Said they had a special bond that led them. I don't know how that's possible, but I'll tell you this. There wouldn't be a chiral network without them. They were so close that some said they were like one person in two bodies. Might be why they were able to develop the Cupid. But they had a falling out after Molingen's accident. Lochner left Bridges and cut off all contact with us. I don't know what happened between them. But if we don't bring Lochner around, our plans to make America whole again are finished. Not that I'm asking you to stick your nose in their personal business. Though if you did, it might help us figure out how to bring Lochner around. Which would be great, because our plans to make America whole again are finished without her. In the meantime, if you've got any bright ideas, feel free to give them a shot.
Good work.
Well, that explains why I couldn't, Oh, god damn it, he wants another fucking pizza?
Oh,
What was I gonna say?
I hope we never see him.
Well, now I lost my train of thought.
I hope he remains just this mysterious benefactor.
No orders.
Beginning scan. Have a pleasant journey.
Yeah, they didn't have any orders for me. Oh yeah, it explains why I couldn't, you know, I only got like less than 1 star from them for that delivery. Usually Bridges facilities give you those restrictions for at least 2.
Sam, you have been reading your mails, right? If not, you might be missing out on valuable information. Priority mails have yellow subject lines, so be sure to look out for those at least. Maybe try catching up on your next break?
Okay, I'm telling you, bitch, you're not reading shit.
Okay, I need to... Guess I need to make some deliveries. And also check my mail. I need to make deliveries, build more fucking roads, and check my mail.
What the fuck is this?
What's up, Raven?
I hate people. Who would win these matchups? All of Noble Team or Mass Effect 2 squad mates?
Why would they do Noble Team like that? What did Noble Team do to them?
Follow up, all of Blue Team versus Mass Effect 1 squad mates, plus Shepard.
Well, there's one thing that we've established about Spartans is that they are very resourceful. Once they actually figure out what they're going
Now
up
that
against.
Yeah, no, that
what-
was a bit of a tougher matchup.
Like, if they know what they're going up against, then they can beat the Mass
Yeah,
Effect squad
I think-
mates.
Well, it also depends on what generation of Spartan and how much does the writer really want to suck them off.
Not entirely.
Because the Spartans from those books that then led into Infinite got fucking bodied.
See, that is a problem with it.
Yeah, because 3 for 3 can't write for shit.
Actually, I didn't know. Let me go read that. I'll need to. Yeah, it is. I'll have to actually read Halo Infinite's prequel novel. Those Spartans got like worn down over 6 months of conflict, like, which is an entirely different thing.
What is this?
What?
Who would win, a Reaper Destroyer or a Scarab?
What?
The Reaper
What
Destroyer is
question
like
is that?
30 times larger than a Scarab.
Who would win, Jackals or Vorcha? What is this?
Jackals.
That's not even a argue. Like, that's not a conversation. Like, you blink.
Yeah, that
and
was not a
it's
conversation.
done.
Yeah, because it's a terrible fucking trip.
Okay, I like this picture. I like this picture, though. Engineers, Hanar. No verses, they
Oh
just
shit!
seem
That
very...
was a little baby. No wonder I couldn't grab it.
Oh, ugh, don't like that.
No wonder I couldn't shoot it. Shoot the fat one, and then like the baby charges at me. Get off me, you pieces of shit!
Yeah, I don't like that. Oh damn! Actually, that's a challenge right there.
What?
Shooting contest: Jun versus Garrus.
June? Alright. I don't know. Like, they've always portrayed Garrus as like a good shot, but they've never portrayed him as a fantastical, improbable shot, which is what they tend to do with Spartan snipers.
Yeah, they said that he killed 3 people with 1 bullet.
Yeah,
Granted,
that's a Tuesday for a Spartan.
granted, he said specifically the first 2 people he killed with the bullet. The 3rd one died from a heart attack.
Yeah, but I mean, like, the thing I'm talking about with Spartans is Spartans will find gaps in armor for something that shouldn't have gaps. That, like, when you look at the model, doesn't have those gaps that are mentioned. Like shooting the pilot out of a Banshee.
I don't know. That doesn't seem that special. We can do that with a
Shooting the
controller.
pilot out of the Banshee without hitting the rest of the Banshee. By shooting through the gaps.
So Alex, you know what I said earlier of it depends if the writer really wants to suck off the Spartan? That description right there. Like, you're just saying shoots the pilot through the glass of the Banshee
No,
without
not through the
damaging
glass,
the rest
through the
of
gaps.
I'm saying if you had said shooting the glass of the Banshee and without damaging the rest of the Banshee and killing the pilot, I'd be with you. If you say shooting through the gap of the Banshee to hit the pilot and then not damaging the rest of it, nah.
I mean,
fuck
one,
you.
Banshees
That's
don't
dumb.
have glass, so.
Yeah, what glass is there on a fucking Banshee?
The fuck is the glowing green shit that they
That's
look
not glass.
That's not glass. That's just iridescence on the armor.
Yeah.
Wait, then how the fuck do they see?
Displays inside the Banshee. How do you think they see outside of a Wraith?
Well, a Wraith is not a fighter. It's a carrier.
No, the Banshee's
No,
not really a
Wraith is a
fighter
tank.
either. It's a strafing.
Oh, sorry, I was thinking of Phantom for a second. My bad. The Wraith, I've always wondered how the fuck you see anything with that.
Just use the display. Windows are a structural weakness. They tell you this in Mass Effect. Alright, let's go into the private room here. And then we'll look at our messages.
Your work is greatly appreciated. Good morning, Sam. Blood collection complete. Thank you for your generosity.
Alright, let's look at some of our messages here. Viral artist. Marriage and married life, not what I expected. Dear Sam, did you meet up with Emily yet? I hope she lives up to your memory of her when you finally do. I didn't get so lucky in that respect. I'm sorry, I just couldn't live with... Oh my god! They actually got divorced!
Oh my god.
Couldn't live with him anymore.
Wait,
Went back to my mom's. It
hold
was
up.
terrifying making the trip on my own, but I watched the weather patterns for days and made it. Just barely. Maybe I should have asked for help, but I couldn't bear to wait any longer for your sake. I hope yours and Emily's story has a happier ending. What the fuck?
Is there a date on there?
Yeah, it's the date that I play the game.
Wait, so does that mean like canonically they got
Lasted a month or
together,
few or
married,
so?
and then broke up in like 4 days?
No, it has the dates that I'm actually playing the game, not actual like which means
Oh,
that
still
it's
2
been there for
weeks.
about a month. Been together about a month. Anyway, Charles Kahn, Waystation.
absurd.
Alright, people think bridges are terrorists. Hope you're kicking ass and taking names, Sam. We heard HQ suspects the whole Central Night vote out might have been terrorism. Kind of blew my mind to think that they're hitting the East Coast already. Things have been getting worse out here, too. It was way quieter in this neck of the woods when we first showed up, that's for sure. Back then, it didn't matter what kind of breed of crazy they were. Separatists, isolationists, leave me alone, leave me alone, Atarianists. Like, whatever you, like, whatever. You could at least get him to sit down and talk. Now it's just blow shit up first, ask questions later, all because some folks got in their heads that Bridges and UCA are the real baddies. Not that I'm saying we shouldn't keep trying to speak sense into these guys, but if we don't, we'll be stuck beating each other over the head with bigger and bigger sticks until the world's covered in craters. But on top of everything, now we've got these demon wackos and their wacko-in-chief Higgs to deal with. Not that he was always not that he was always a total Fruit Loop. Used to be a porter, ran his own outfit and whereabouts. And then Postmaster went postal. Don't ask me how or why. I don't think that, even he can tell you. End of the day, the only way forward is with each other, hand in hand with our fellow man. That's what the UCA is all about, am I right? We're not City, Victor Frank.
Hope ain't worth a damn.
Hey Sam, I know you're probably doing just fine out there without any help, but you're gonna want to hear this, trust me. You remember that big BT faced off over in Port Knot City, the one with the gold mask-like thing? I reckon that mask might just be pointing you towards its weak point. Strange, I know, but true. See, when I heard that BT had done in Igor, started doing some investigating. I mean, wasn't about to just forgive and forget, you know? Anyway, here's the gist of it. Large quantities of concentrated chiralium take on a gold color. In other words, if you see that golden glow, there's likely to be some major power source nearby. And places like that must be vulnerable to attack, right? Probably like a Christmas tree with a few probably light up like a Christmas tree with a few well-aimed slugs. Anyway, I think it's the same deal with that BT. Give it a whack around the chops and you'll see some fireworks. I'm sure of it. I mean, I guess it's not rocket science. Shoot it in the mouth and there's always a chance you'll hit some internal organ. That's gotta hurt. So yeah, long story short, focus your firepower on that golden mask. Counting on you, Sam. Go get that fucker for me. For Igor. Yet another earnest entreaty for pizza. My dear Mr. Sam Bridges, 'tis I, your most devoted admirer and obedient servant, Peter Englert. You are doubtless aware of the momentous occasion which demands a celebration for this very day? Surely not, of course, for I would be shocked if you knew that it marks another year since the joining of myself and my beloved wife in bonds of holy matrimony. As you may suspect, there is only one way in which we could commemorate the birth of our union. Pizza! You would not begrudge me my continued impudence, I hope. But how could you? It is only natural that our sacred anniversary, I would seek to procure one of the incomparable pies that only you can provide. I say one, but could we be so bold as to impose upon you for two? And if they could be topped with Gouda cheese, that would be magical. They should be waiting for you at the Timefall Farmer's Shelter. They provided the wheat for their dough, and I do believe they've taken the liberty of tossing in a bottle of their magnificent beer to boot. Thanks as ever. You really are a saint. I'm gonna need to build roads if I'm gonna do that right. Alright, hell, would you speak to Mama for me? Good news, Sam. That antimatter bomb should stop the tar from spreading. Thanks for that. You really saved our bacon. I wasn't able to connect the Cupid though. Loch Ness stopped in to stop me. She might not be in Bridges anymore, but she still calls the shots around here. Wasn't much I can do after that. It's not like I can ignore her. You know, she's changed a lot ever since Mama got caught up in all that terrorist stuff. Stands to reason, of course, that with their relationship. Still, even if it's not my place, I gotta ask. Could you go and talk to Mama about it? I've got a feeling they could patch things up if they just started speaking to each other again. If we decide to go, check your private locker. I've left you some extra supplies. Should help you get to Mama's lab safe and sound. Thanks again, Sam. It's in Mountain Knot City. There's a private locker there, so I gotta go back now. God damn it. Really are the great deliverer. Gracias, Sammy boy. You brought back my chip safe and sound. Pity you couldn't find the porter, though. Even if he wasn't dead before, he's gotta be dead by now. And you know what happens when folks don't dispose of dead bodies properly. So yeah, gonna have to ask you to take care of the corpse. The incinerator's east of, Distro Center, north of Mountain Knot City, northwest of the way station. Should be easy enough for you to find using your map anyway. Bullshit aside, I appreciate you taking the risk and coming through for me. They don't call you the great deliverer for nothing. We got a few greats back home too, legends. Chip had all kinds of info on them. But they didn't work up for cities or countries. They fought against huge corporations. And then some pendejos kicked off a war between megacorps, a war that dragged everyone and everything into it. Maybe that's how I ended up here. I don't know. All I've got to go on is a record of a memory of a memory. But the V I keep seeing has to be the key to it all. V. I can almost feel the letter. Touch it. Maybe the more chips I analyze, the more I'll learn. Anyway, I got something for you. Johnny sunglasses, same as the design parody worn by the Walker boys at the Corporal Wars. Had a little more fun with your compass too. You can now short circuit Emily Odorix. Should lay the fucker out most of the time. Maybe make it easier for you to complete your great deliveries. Collector, publishing a new magazine. Writing to inform you of a rather exciting development. I have devised a method by which the Chiral Network and your consummate abilities as a porter can be combined to usher in a new age for America. What is the thing that we have yet to truly transmit via the network? The trials and tribulations of our friends and saviors, the porters, that's what. Their thoughts, their feelings, their musings as they walk the lonely road. Grand vistas to which they bear witness. I believe that if humanity were able to share in their incredible experiences, we might stand a better chance of coming together as one. Would you permit me to use you to test this theory of mine? I wish to chronicle your travels so that people can be united in their appreciation of your daily struggles. I might call it Keeping Up with the Couriers, or perhaps something to do with Hamamura, my family name. Names are hard. Spoke to parents. You'll never guess what happened today. I spoke with my mom and dad, not for long, but I spoke to them first time in 3 years. They live up in Capital Knot City, but there they were, as chirograms floating right in front of me. When I said my goodbyes and left with the first expedition, I thought that would be it for us. They used to have whole ceremonies for folks when they died way before the stranding. Not like now, though. Can't spare a moment before the body is whisked away for incineration. And if you can't make your peace with your loved ones, why put yourself through the pain of sticking around and watching them get sick and fade away? Leastways, that's what I thought until today. Now that I've seen their faces again, I can't help but wonder if the day might come when our work is finally done, and I can go back home. Okay, that's all our mail data. Situation after the first Death Stranding incident. There was a series of huge explosions. Well, not so much series, they were simultaneous, worldwide. The global comms infrastructure was shot to hell, but we salvaged what we could and tried to make sense of what had happened. Didn't seem like much at the time, but it was a hell of a lot better than what we have now. Anyway, the government figured the whole thing was a terrorist attack at first. We'd been dealing with a lot of those back then. But it didn't take long to see that this was something else. The craters left by the blast were bizarre. There was no rubble, no dust, even, which led the scientists to rule out meteor strikes. There was a trace of neutron radiation, alpha rays, but we knew it wasn't nukes either. Some of the particles we detected we'd never even seen before, chiralium, although we didn't know it at the time. The more we studied them, the more our scientists came to the same conclusion. These were the results of annihilation events. It was right about that time that chiral clouds started to form, and after that, all communication with the outside world went down for good. Fear as pleasure. Whether they realize it or not, people of our fallen nation suffer greatly as a result of the separation of isolation we all must endure. That's why oxytocin supplementation is so vital. However, not all of us require it to survive. In fact, recent studies have shown that showed something very interesting indeed. An increase in the number of people who regard fear not as a stressful experience to be avoided, but a pleasurable one to be sought out. In humans, the amygdala regulates the emotional responses to fear and pleasure-inducing stimuli. Some scientists theorize that because these contradictory emotions are processed within the same region, we may have the capacity to convert one into the other. Conversely, were the two governed by different parts of the brain, such a transformation would be impossible. In an age when the threats such as BTs, timefall, and terrorism abound, could the ability to experience fear as pleasure serve as a useful mutation, an adaptation event? An adaptation even? I don't see why not. No blue in the inverted rainbow. We humans are complex and multicellular organisms. 60 trillion cells inside each one of us, they say. How many of these cells need to die for us to consider a person dead? Are there any cells in particular which determine whether a person is alive or dead? These questions are academic, of course. The exact point of death can't be calculated using cell counts. On the other hand, no one can deny the existence of degenerative diseases that gradually destroy more and more cells, leaving their victim effectively half dead. Oh, god damn it. Got ourselves a bot.
Nope.
Doing spam. Raven, put him in the incinerator. Or Dylan can do it.
I was trying to figure out because the layout is different than
Yeah.
on phone. I got used to it on phone.
On the other hand, no one can deny it. Effectively half dead. What about me? Most of my organs have been harvested from other people. They still work, of course, but could their original owner have been said to have been alive? I don't really know. Incidentally, have you ever heard of a fun little experiment they once did with roundworms called C. elegans? These creatures were notable for glowing bright blue when exposed to UV light, but only when they die. It seemed to be a reaction from the anthranilic acid within the organism, and is known as death fluorescence. Yep, that's right. Blue is very much the color of death, it seems. Can it therefore really be a coincidence that there's no blue in an inverted rainbow? Timefall strengthens an area's connection to the beach. This is something to do with chiral particles becoming excited, I believe. In spaces connected to the beach, electromagnetic waves with a blue wavelength can travel easily through the seam, leaking out onto the beach. Some people think that's where the blue from the inverted rainbow goes. Who knows? The fact that blue has such a strong connection to death, though, that seems pretty inarguable. Evo Devo unit. Evolutionary development, excuse me. Seems rather insignificant breakthrough has been achieved back at headquarters. They successfully integrated the Evo Devo unit into a chiral printer. In case you're not familiar with the term, Evo Devo refers to evolutionary developmental biology. Your genes, mouse genes, dinosaur genes, the genes of every living being are virtually identical, and yet we develop into such radically different organisms. Thus, the question arises, why did such disparate life arise from the self-same building blocks? Evo Devo was a field of study that sought to solve that mystery, to lay bare the secrets of evolution. Before the advent of Evo Devo, it was thought that in order to reconstruct a dinosaur, we would require a sample of its DNA. However, thanks to this technology's ability to extrapolate from existing data, we could, with the correct stimulus, grow a dinosaur from the DNA of any living organism. We could, in essence, recreate the process by which dinosaurs evolved from primal life forms. Raven, you're online. An Evo Devo unit applies these same principles to the problem of information and object reconstruction. With the help of the chiral network, we may be able to take incomplete data and indeed incomplete objects and reproduce their complete forms. This data can be fed into chiral printer, and voila! Partial data yields finished product. The tech isn't viable for everyday use just yet, but when it is, it will be of incalculable benefit to our research and bring our reconstruction efforts forward by a matter of decades.
That doesn't seem okay.
Higgs particles.
Sure. I'll
Higgs
go with
Monahan?
it.
Why, yes, I know the name. The former leader of the private courier organization, as I recall, which serviced a large region of the West and was instrumental in providing continued support to the people living there. But as we're so far apart, bridges struggle to maintain any measure of influence over their operations. It probably didn't help that the separatist movement has always enjoyed strong support in that territory. In the wake of the growing violence by the demons, we were shocked to learn that Higgs himself was at their head. What to make of this strange development? Why on earth would a man who once commanded a group of devoted American Reconstructionists suddenly pledge himself to the cause of American destruction? His name only compounds the insult. Have you heard of the Higgs particle, also known as the God particle? It's associated with the Higgs field, which gives all other particles their mass. Without it, atoms would fly apart, and matter would not exist as we know it. In other words, its very presence prevents mindless destruction. Cosmic irony indeed. An asexual world. Records suggest that the widespread aversion towards physical contact and intimacy was a phenomenon that had been observed even before the Death Stranding. One contemporary report, for example, details the increasing popularity of the sexless lifestyle among young people. A growing percentage of the younger cohort were self-identifying as asexual, claiming to be incapable of feeling desire or attraction. Accordingly, such individuals were less likely to have children or engage in sexual activity. It should be noted, however, that many of other unique sexual identities were being recognized during this period, such as demisexuals, were incapable of sexual attraction without an emotional connection, and panromantics, who profess an attraction unrestricted by sex or gender, albeit not necessarily sexual in nature. One theory posits that the Stranding accelerated the proliferation of these sexualities. In a terrifying new world in which BT's Roman annihilation is an everyday occurrence, people have grown reticent to form emotional connections with others. Although there has been no measurable decrease in human fertility, the birth rate has nevertheless dropped dramatically. Incidents of sexual harassment and assault has also seen a sharp decrease, which seems to suggest that sex could not be further from our minds, for better or worse. I must preempt myself by admitting that I do not have any empirical data, like with which to support the following claim. That said, my contention that based on the aforementioned observations and others, the vast majority of the population could be categorized as asexual. Flag for archival review. Article advances a controversial thesis widely regarded as unsubstantiated and discriminatory. Prevailing theory is that increased self-identification of aforementioned sexualities is due to increased societal awareness and acceptance. Historical records indicate individuals asserting identities falling outside cisgender heteronormativity face significant discrimination and persecution, leading to suppression and concealment as survival strategies. It is generally accepted that a variety of factors contributed to the reduced sexual activity and birth rate pre and post stranding. Studies are ongoing. What do you know? They got cisgender in a fucking Kojima game. Oh no. Does that mean that there are gamers out there who call this game woke?
Probably.
All right,
Alex, there are people that, because there's a point later on in this game where someone's gonna just flat out call Sam demisexual, and apparently people just are like, I don't know what that is, and they just thought it was fake, and they then go into it more in the second game, and like they're then going, Kojima is woke and pandering to the alphabet soup.
Kojima, the man who is lovingly rendered mad ass at every fucking opportunity. What's this gay shit?
Remember, hun, despite the rainbow, I am not the gay.
No. Remember how multiple Metal Gear games open with literal hour-long discussions on global politics. Metal Gear Solid's not political.
Look, you can't get someone to read.
All right. We had read the first 4 journals of the Unknown Man, so now we're on Journal 5. Ha and Ka, body and soul, the two become separated. You die in this world, at least. That death ain't the end, though. So long as your soul's reborn and your soul's got a body to come back to. Excuse me. You can be reborn, resuscitated anyway. That's why people built coffins and sarcophagi to preserve this body, so the soul had a home it could return to. I learned this and more from an old book I found, The Wisdom of the Egyptians, chock full of interesting tidbits about death and how to overcome it. Like the golden death masks of the pharaohs, the ones decorated using magical adornments is an indication of the wearer's prestige and power. Tell you what, if we've learned anything from the beach, it's that the Egyptians had it all figured out. That's why I've decided to give myself a mask. Not a death mask, though, but one for living, ruling. Today's the last day anyone sees my face. I don't need it anymore. Bridges Way Station out west got taken out by terrorists. Used a void out to do it. They dumped a corpse nearby and let it go necro, dropping BTs right in people's laps. Word is Demons heard that Bridges was sending an expeditionary force out west to facilitate the reconstruction of America or some such. Guess they didn't take kindly to that. Terrorists, separatists, isolationists, all these folks claim America is coming for their freedom. But the old guard wants to put them in chains, make the individual subservient to the collective. They ask what it's all for in a post-stranding world when today's triumph is tomorrow's crater. Daddy used to spout the same tired line, said America never did nothing for nobody. That's why we took to living in a shelter. Better down in the hole than out there under their thumb. He said, he was a real saint, my daddy. Tried to run a few times, but he just dragged me back inside, kicking and screaming, ready to put those heavy hands of his to work and remind me what happened if I disrespected his authority. That's love, isn't it? His way of looking after an orphan child he raised as his own. He was only trying to protect me from the evils of the outside world. I own my life. And my powers, too. First time I ever sensed the BT is when I held him, almost before he went necro. Just like when I dumped that prepper's body. My daddy showed me that corpses are precious, powerful things. They're so much more than bombs. Terrorists ought to treat them with proper respect. I've had us team up with a bunch of porters to service the central part of the country. Had to be done. The writing was on the wall for my crew or otherwise. And guess what? Their leaders got dooms. Got a feeling we're gonna be good friends. Demons and terrorists have been getting more aggressive ever since Bridges and expedition teams set out. As if BTs and mules weren't enough, now we gotta keep our eyes peeled for those assholes when they're making runs. When we're making runs. All the more reason we gotta come together, get organized. Me and my new partner, we've been talking about consolidating our operations. We can cover the whole continent. If we do, I suppose that'd make us like the UCA in some respects. Different structure and methods, but similar ideology. Deep and abiding relief in the importance of community. But the devil's in the details, isn't it? Rules, structures, can't just let people make decisions for themselves. And therein lies the risk. Can't have us repeating the sins of the past with another USA. And demons, well, they ain't about to think for themselves. At the end of the day, the community needs a strong leader. The God's honest truth is that I'm the only one cut out for it. Okay, so this is pretty clearly Higgs's journals. Rumors I heard about my new partner's powers don't do her justice. I knew she had dooms, but she's on a whole other level. I tell you, I never seen anything like it. Not only can she perceive BTs, but she can actually use the beach. Compared to hers, my powers are nothing. Pilot tricks, courtesy of a few corpses. But it doesn't matter, not so long as I've got her. Before we met, I was bound to the limitations of my abilities. I was a bland man groping for shadows of a secret realm. Now, because of her, I can actually go to the beach. The beach! With her by my side, we can reshape the world. Not into what it was, the old USA. Not like what Bridges wants. Something new, something everlasting right here and now. A world where we are free to do whatever we goddamn please. So his powers weren't always as strong and crazy as they are now. Partner's powers are extraordinary, sure, but deep down, I know the two of us alone don't have what it takes to bring true, lasting freedom to the people. Everything we've done, what we continue to do, no matter how much it may seem to bring people together, is still a far cry from the way it should be. Timefall, BTs, chiral clouds, all this and more serves to cut us off from the rest of creation. And I have to say, I don't think that's ever going to change. People like me and my partner, we have our limits, but now I've met someone who has none. Someone who could save the world from this madness. Maybe make it whole again. Put our shattered pieces back together. They got stuff on preppers. Don't really want to look at all. Okay, I'm gonna take a break from those because there's always so much to read.
I apologize for being quiet. I'm researching something.
No worries.
You okay?
Oh, okay. Fine.
What's up?
Because I'm sitting here like... Every time I see them write down Ka and Ha, I'm like, I don't remember... Because when I was first introduced to the concept... Oh.
Just me skipping teleportation.
Oh, sorry, I thought a cutscene was happening. But when I first heard about that whole process, it was from Assassin's Creed Origins, so obviously, not necessarily a historically accurate thing. But I then went into it, and it did go into more detail, and it was always referred to as Ka and Ba.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, Ha come from? And apparently that they are both considered
Beginning scan.
correct.
Scanning
Yeah, I mean,
bridges
like, we're
ID.
translating a
Verifying
language.
ID.
It is specifically a
Way
dead
back.
language that one has been influenced by another's culture, and we don't know how it sounds because it was a written.
We only know how to translate it because it was on the Rosetta Stone.
Well, would you look at this? Thank you so much, Sam.
Like, if you actually look up to see what the Rosetta Stone was, it was this one announcement, I believe from Ptolemaic Egypt, where it had, and it was in 3 different languages. It had Latin, which we did know. Was it Latin or was it Greek? It had 3 languages on it, but the thing is that it had one language that we already knew how to. Let me get to it. It had Egyptian, which we didn't know how to read at the time. It had either Latin or Greek. But no, it definitely had Greek on there. I'm just wondering if it also had Latin.
It was Greek. It was ancient Greek.
Yeah, it was ancient Greek, but there were. Just wondering if it also. I know it had Greek on there already. I'm just wondering if there was.
The bearing had 3 scripts: Egyptian hieroglyphic, ancient Greek, and Demotic. I don't know what that is.
Demotic.
Demotic, yeah. Egyptian hieroglyphs, the formal priestly script; Demotic, the native everyday script of the Egyptian people at the time; and ancient Greek, the administrative language of Egypt during the Ptolemaic period.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, we knew how to speak Greek. I should say the people knew how to translate Greek or read it. So by having the same announcement, basically it was just a public service plaque. That's all that it was, and it was translated into multiple languages. It's the equivalent of if somebody found a instruction manual with all the different languages in it. Only that manual was like written in stone, so it didn't like just rot to nothing. And then using that to translate all the and translate all other stuff in the world that they had. But thanks to that, okay, we now have a basis. Like, if this announcement means this, then we can extrapolate X, Y, Z, blah, 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 and then translate a lot more stuff. Yeah, because when you run across a language that is absolutely fucking dead, and you don't have any reference point for anything, it just becomes, really hard to translate anything.
Thank you for your contribution.
Alright. $160 Like, what the fuck? Materials here. What do we got? I need ceramics! So hard to find any. Can't build roads without ceramics. Anyway, he said to take on an order. Mama. There's this dude over at Mountain Knot, and I was hoping I could do something else, but
Every time her name pops up, the only thing that pops up in my brain is Mama. Ooh. I don't even care about what's that, Queen?
Yep. Bohemian Rhapsody.
I want to build roads, there's just not enough materials.
Get more.
Oh, fuck. Wrong button.
Get more material.
jump to the safe house and then walk back to Mountain Knot.
Doesn't she get sick with every jump?
The jumps take stuff out of, like, take it out of her, but so she eats cryptobiotes to replenish. It's not like a situation where every single time she jumps, it's cast from her remaining time on Earth. I gotta see this one. So there's just really no good way to do this. I actually have. We're gonna walk through the rocky again. Let me get my. Walker. Take the. We're gonna go through the rocky terrain.
Sorry.
What? Wait.
I don't know if you heard my sister or not. She was wondering why cats have 9 lives.
They don't.
Oh.
Yeah, you know. Have you been taking cat lives?
You know, I had an answer. I actually had 2 answers for that. Neither of which I think I want to actually say.
We'll just leave it there.
Well.
One I'm not gonna say because it's just stupid and edgy and it's not like, and that's not actually. The other one I'm not gonna say because I'm you know, I feel like it's cool for this shit now.
That's really fun.
What?
Deleting all of the different Destiny YouTube channels, so you don't have to keep seeing that.
Oh, you're removing them from your subscribe.
In your subscribe. Yeah.
There we go.
Well, I wasn't personally subscribed to anybody, so. Making a path through. Same pickup. Oh, there was a pile of pistols sitting in that mess. Oh, I only grabbed one.
God damn it, man. Nice.
You know, this close to... at this elevation, you know that rain has gotta be fucking cold.
Son of a bitch, I was muted.
Well,
What I was saying is rain not supposed to be cold.
Okay, so if you go to humid climates, like very humid, like near tropical climates, rain can actually be really warm. Like extremely warm. And when we get summer showers out here too, like we don't get them often, but when it rains during the summer out here in California, the rain it's very for out here, the rain's only really cold during winter. But yeah, I've been outside when it's rained and it's like the water was like warmer than room temperature.
that sounds awful. I hate that.
I might have like a naturally more high elevation because rain is just fucking cold here.
Well, you're also just more.
Like it doesn't matter what temperature it is unless it is humid outside. Rain is fucking cold. 90 degrees outside, but raining, it suddenly becomes the rain is cold. Oh, bless you. I thought I heard you sneeze.
But
Yeah, I sneezed like 6 times away from the microphone. Well, they're taking stuff out of here. How come there was no fucking stuff for me when I came by? Is it because I'm bridges? That's racist.
You're a racist.
Alright, now I can take on orders. Shut.
Hey, what's the matter, you Altair? That's racist. You're a racist.
He said he had something in my private locker. What the fuck? What's the chat? Hang on. Mail.
God damn it.
Speak to mama. Going. I had to go check your private locker. I left some extra supply. It says, yeah, Mountain Knot City. Oh, it's just extra supplies help me get there, not even, like, actually.
Oh, well then.
I thought he had hidden the delivery in there. So I just gotta go see Mom. That's probably fuck that then. Alright, yeah. Fuck it, we'll just go then.
Beginning scan. Have a pleasant journey.
Hey, y'all.
What's up?
A 16-year-old got arrested today. In
Gay?
Hey, mine's
London
heavier.
for being a suspected shooter near a football stadium. Turns out they were just cosplaying as Hunk, and people
Weapons restrictions.
got concerned
from
when the
Resident
black
Evil?
in the black armor and combat fatigues, and the gas mask is holding a fake but colored to look real UMP.
Look, you can't just go dressed in full military gear, even
But
with
it was an
big
anime
gun.
con near there.
Oh, it's at a convention? Hold up. Okay, how near?
Was he
You
already
talking
at
like
the convention?
No,
Or
he was
blocks
walking
away?
to there, and it was like
Looks like
3 miles away.
I know some people who they don't
Oh,
change
Jesus.
until like they're like within a block. Like they'll go change in a hotel that's like a block away from the convention center, mainly because of stuff like this. One time I was going to a con and I was taking the train and I was with some people, and I know that a couple of them got harassed by security because of prop weapons. Didn't matter that it was an anime sword. Yeah.
I posted the picture of his cosplay, and then a picture of him.
See, that orange tip is very small. Like,
Yeah.
I get it, but like, that when you go to cons, they actually make you put blue tape all over. Like, at least cons out here, they make you put blue tape all over it. That marks it as not real. Most people I know, when they go to cons, they don't even take. That was Sam.
Oh.
When I know some people that when they go to cons, if their character's iconic weapon is a gun, well then sometimes you just don't bring the gun. Even if you have a fake one that could resemble it. Like either you just get like an obvious Nerf gun as a replacement, or just forget, like you omit the gun.
Okay.
Saw a lot of soldier cosplayers with absolutely no weapons when I went to some conventions back in the day for that exact reason.
Wait, what?
What?
You can delete things by word if you hold control and then press backspace?
You mean in Microsoft Word?
Yeah.
Yes. I'm
I
sorry.
never fucking learned that.
There are a lot of you know that you can copy stuff with Control C and then paste it with Control V.
That one I don't.
You know you can also undo last edits with Control Z.
Yes, I know that one too.
Did you know that if you were running AMD graphics software, you can look at it by holding. I want to say it's either Alt R or Control R. a lot of things you can do. If I remember correctly, you can also alter in Photoshop. You can alter the size of your cursor using the bracket keys.
That's a big one.
Alright, let's go talk to Mama.
There we go.
Nice. Okay.
Your work is greatly appreciated.
I don't think I've ever noticed Sam use a different suit.
He did when we did the
Prepare for.
He did at the beginning of the game before he was Bridges, and I think at one point when you actually do the corpse disposal, that actually. Let me come over here. I'm gonna see what I have.
That's fucked up. Mail received from Charles Kahn.
Something going down in the crater. I'll be checking. Hoping to find this guy's body. Hey there, Sam. Everyone's got something good at, right? Well, I'm no exception. Ever since I realized that I was stranded here in the desert island of a continent. Let's see here. I've been keeping my eyes fixed on the horizon. And you know what? My vision's gotten better as a result. We've been taking to calling me Eagle-Eyed Charles, and that ain't no lie. Spy things long before anyone else. Chiral clouds subtly shifting in the sky. Porters walking along the mountain, like Mountain Ridge, and an undiscovered hot spring down in a valley. You name it. What's more, I think I've gotten even better at it lately. I reckon it's because of the chiral network, or maybe it's all in my mind. Whatever. Anyway, I wanted to tell you about something I saw the other day. Something small and glowing down in the crater where Middle Knot City used to be. I really wanted to investigate, but I don't have any Bridges people in that area. Maybe it's something you could look into if you're ever passing by. Okay.
Scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. All weapons will remain locked until departure. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
Coffee stuff, special alloys. Let's go prepare.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
Equipment.
Your work is
I'll go to
clear.
Lake Knot because nobody's got enough stuff for me to make a goddamn bike.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did I mention the Bungie incentive program?
Incentive program.
Incentive for no. No, I don't
They are
think you did.
currently accepting applications for people to test
call?
Marathon as a full-time job, and they are
Let's get
paying
this show
them
on the
in
road.
gift cards.
Sounds illegal.
In gift cards. That's not legal tender.
It's about $500.
It's still not
for-
legal tender.
Yeah.
You cannot be paid in store credit on a job that makes it script. So I doubt that they're actually calling it a job. In fact, I'm pretty sure they're being
Scan.
like
Scanning bridges
very,
ID.
very careful not
Verifying
to call it
ID.
that.
Clear. All
Oh, it is called a research study, which you will be compensated for. You need to play minimum 1 hour daily for 30 days straight.
I mean, I guess I could technically do that at the same time.
Upon completing the study, you will receive a $500 gift card of your choice as a thank you for your valuable time and feedback. So yes, it is not a job.
Yeah, I
It
figured.
is a study.
Ain't no way they gonna call that shit a job. There's no way any lawyers would let that slide.
Especially not after the
Well,
debacle.
Alex. What lawyers?
Oh yeah, yeah.
It'd be Sony's lawyers.
You think they just have Sony's lawyers immediately on speed dial?
Sony would is absolutely like, hey, consult our fucking lawyers before you do anything else. Not after this shit show. So yes, I do. I do think they have Sony's lawyers on speed dial. Sony won't let them
Hey
not.
Sony. Hey Sony, can I say it? No. Shut the fuck up. No. Send me what you want to say, and then we will correct it later. You mean approve? No.
I feel like some pink.
I wouldn't say it's pink, I'd say it's more magenta, but okay.
Hey Jimmy, your eye's always been that colour.
No, Jimmy's got periwinkle eyes, like a beautiful summer morning sky. That's not him.
Stand clear.
There's something like, I guess, about some bandits knowing their friend enough to be like, no, my my best friend's got eyes like you wouldn't believe that you would fall in love with. You son of a bitch, you're not him.
Oh.
Have a pleasant journey.
We're gonna take these to South Knot. We're gonna go meet up with Mama and then see what the deal is.
Keep on keeping on. Keep on keeping on. Keep on keeping on. Safe travels.
Fuel Pink Harry.
Keep on keeping on. Keep on keeping on.
Someone's happy.
Keep on keeping on. Keep on keeping on.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges. Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until the weapons restrictions lifted. Weapons restrictions lifted. Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID.
Seeks to not answer.
Lifted.
Lost another the wars. I'll keep that. Yeah, I could see why people just built the damn zip lines, because even with the roads, which make this significantly less of a pain, it's still a long way to go.
My family's watching.
Keep on keeping on.
Benjamin Hancock. Let's get this in there, and then let's go see Mama.
Beginning stand. Stranding bridges ID. They're welcome to South Knot City. Proceed to distribution center.
Oh.
What?
So I don't know if you guys remember, but they brought back loot boxes in Overwatch.
Jesus fucking Christ.
But you can't buy them.
Oh, they're the level up ones only?
They're level up only. They're level up and challenge only.
Okay.
And they don't allow any of the premier skins, like the new premier skins.
Nothing beats a package delivered by
So
Sam
somebody was
Bridges
saying
himself.
how they are
Ask anyone here,
terrified
they'll say the same.
of the loot boxes because they're afraid something might show up. And then 2 days later, they posted a picture that that they got a loot box and it had the Israel flag and they said, "Get this shit off."
Oh.
Come see us whenever
Well.
you like, Sam. We're always happy to make time
Alex
for a hero.
taking 8d6 psychic damage.
Good work. New order available.
Right now, right, we're not.
Oh, it's an action, and it's a streamer too. Oh, that's
Have a pleasant journey. Keep on keeping on. Safe travels. Keep on keeping on. Weapons restrictions lifted.
Alright, let's get to those ruins and see. Do you think if you put like a person that you're delivering in like the bed of the little bike, you just kind of chill there?
Wait, I don't think you can separate them.
Okay. There we go.
I think they're kind of just stuck to you.
That'd be interesting if you did that.
Just put them in a little sidecar.
No vehicles allowed.
Stretch my legs.
Sam. Thanks for coming back. Got something for you. These are your new cufflinks. They still work as a terminal, but I've added a weapon function. I was able to redesign everything from the ground up after the last connection.
They're weapons too now.
That's right. Cord cutters. I should explain. BTs are connected to the other side via umbilical cords, right? When those cords bring the matter of our world into contact with the antimatter of theirs, boom. Void out. But, just as Deadman theorized, your blood does have unique properties. It can be used to cut a BT's cord. So, I've added that function. Cut the cord of the BT, and it returns to the world of the dead. No BT, no void out. Win-win.
These things can cut them loose.
If you can get close enough without them noticing, yes.
Cord snipping, super
So we
handcuffs.
have a handcuff karambit.
Right. Let's try them out.
Oh god.
Cut the cord connecting us. She's sound asleep. I made sure she got plenty of milk. Just do it. Please, Sam. Set us free. This world was never hers, but all the same, I didn't want her to leave it. Even though she's already lost. Truth is, she's not really my daughter.
The attack and everything, that was all a lie?
No, that part was true. My ovaries can't produce eggs, and Lochna has trouble with her uterus. Long story short, neither of us can have children. I was alright with it. I mean, children, who needs them, I thought. But my sister thought differently. Lochna wanted a child, someone to carry her genes. She fell in love with another member of Bridges, but he died in an accident. She was devastated, of course, as was I. Back then, strong emotions like that, I could feel hers, and she could feel mine. When I sensed her desire to join him, to end it, I went to her and said, let's have a baby. We took one of Lochna's eggs and fertilized it with his frozen sperm. And I carried it to term. A healthy baby grew inside of me. But then there was the attack. And our bond was severed. I wanted to tell her. But I was bound to the child. I couldn't just abandon her. But I was wrong. Lochna needs to know. You have to break some ties to forge others. Can't be tied to everything. If we're going to reconnect the world, I need to reconnect with my sister first. So please, Sam. Do it. Alright, Sam. Take me home to Loch Ness. Sam, would you set me up? I haven't been outside in a long time. It's just too much to take in all at once.
You sure? Thought you might be claustrophobic after your time in the rubble.
I'll be fine, so long as I can see out of the bag. The warmth of the light, the touch of the wind, the scent of the world. Lucky you. The two of you are still connected. Okay, Sam. Let's go.
God, that always looks so fucking goofy.
We just left.
Prepped and everything. But it looks to me like your hands are full. No biggie. We can always tweak the rules a bit.
You ready, Sam? It's coming.
Woo! He looks hungry. All you gotta do to make it out alive is not get eaten. Sound like fun? Of course it does.
Why does it look like an
Run,
anus?
Sam, run!
Okay. What do I got? I don't have any custom thematics, and that's the problem. Shit. He's going down again. Stop running from me! Where is it? Where is it? What do you mean I missed? How am I missing? Am I aiming? Like it shows that. Fuck it. rifle does not work well against these things. Finding that out.
Maybe it was out of range.
No, they were direct hits, and they did do damage. It's just what I mean by like, what do you mean I missed? Is that I threw my
No, I meant specifically like the gun that has like a maximum range of big damage, and past that it has fall off.
Well, I'm just using the regular, like, I'm not using specifically the anti-BT gun, which means I can't charge up.
Okay.
Oh, fuck, is she okay? Because that looks rough.
I mean, it only said the baby was stressed, not her.
Okay, we escaped.
You're out of the BT area.
Gotta abandon my fucking bike. Alright. God, she looks rough. We're gonna head over to South Knot. If we can, take a rest. Get another bike. I was wondering why I would maintain the anti-BT gun after getting hematic rounds for my regular rifle, but yeah, I see, like, yeah, because you need the charge rounds.
Hey, you okay?
Got it.
We can at least use this piece of Nike. Get us over to the Sherpa Center. And the gulf in potency between the regular hematic grenades and the custom hematics is really staggering.
You there, Sam? The hospital I was staying at was crushed by a bridge. Still have nightmares about it. Still hear the crack before it all came tumbling down. I've been scared to death of bridges ever since.
Hello.
Hello.
And
Yep.
yeah. I know how that must sound considering our employer. I'm scared of the dark too. Don't sleep anymore. Can't.
Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. Decontaminating suit. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
Okay. Let's go ahead and... store that.
Storing vehicle.
Oh man, poor girl looks rough. Refill it. Alright, stamina. BB quick check.
Oh, that's cute.
What?
Hey, baby.
Malingen and Lochna are the names of two impact craters in Sweden, thought to have formed simultaneously.
Nice.
That is pretty interesting. She still looks fucked up. Oh my god. Let's recycle this empty shit.
Wait. Lol.
Thank you for your continued support.
Alex,
What?
Mama will give you likes if you whistle or play the harmonica when you rest. Also, it says that there's a hot spring on the way to Mountain Knot, and she will hum to you and then later thank you for the bath if you go through the hot spring.
Don't know where that one is.
Wait, there's multiple types of hot spring? God damn it. Notes for players. Peeing is not allowed near hot springs.
Thank you for your contribution.
Alright, let's get to begin the story going.
Have a pleasant journey. Weapons restrictions lifted.
Got a long way to go. This is like, you think other people would just also have other bridges suits so they wouldn't have to be carried in the least comfortable way possible. But you know, whatever.
I told you that. You said it's fine.
I said in terms of the least comfortable way possible, not you said about the open, like...
I also said it doesn't look comfortable.
Keep on keeping on.
I gotta say, if we didn't build at least some infrastructure by the time you're coming through here, this would be like with her. This clearly would be the most useful for delivery.
Keep on keeping on.
I have seen that people have done challenge runs where they don't build shit.
You'd obviously have to do something to keep themselves off, if I remember.
Oh, they play. If you play modded, the game automatically puts you offline. So they just mod the game by putting some kind of like minor graphical mod or something, and that automatically puts you offline. And so now you have no potential for anything.
Nice.
Keep on keeping on. Keep on keeping on.
You know, I don't see the gas bag anymore since I did pop like a shitload. I would have thought that maybe they'd respawn it.
weapons detected.
Elvis?
All weapons will be locked until departure. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
Gonna have to take
Weapons
this
restrictions lifted.
Make sure I don't drown or Ellingen.
Stay strong, Sam.
I have to imagine that her back is fucked up.
Oh yeah. Okay, it did parry it.
Why are you in the opening of Rogue One? A farmer out here. It's a peaceful life.
I remember the 20-odd games on your brand new PC. It's a peaceful life. Shit, come on. Okay. Alright, alright. Last time I came through this way, I didn't have to fight any PTs.
Hey, Sam. Do you remember your own birth?
No.
Me. I remember.
Who
being
would?
inside the womb. I wasn't alone. I could hear my mother's heartbeat. Hers. And Loch Ness.
Ow.
We were conjoined twins.
That's not how like life works.
One and the same before we were born. But then they tried to separate us with surgery. The operation was successful. We were still one. We knew each other's thoughts without saying a word. My joy was her joy. Her pain was my pain. And no distance was too great for us to overcome. Some might call it a kind of telepathy. Divided in body, joined in spirit. We had a beach just for us. One we shared. Our own private chiral network, you might say. With Cupids, we can build one that will let everyone share what Lochna and I have. I saw it all laid out before me after I signed up with Bridges. Sam?
Beginning scan. Scanning Bridges
I'm
ID.
a little over now.
Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified.
Oh, we're in here.
Decontaminating suit. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
Watch the cargo damage percentage say like 60%. Because that fall I took during the fucking boss fight.
I don't
Weighs
think that'll
55
count.
kilos.
Lincoln, no. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I love you so much. I love you so much. It's good to hear your voice again. I shouldn't have kept you in the dark. Tried to save her. I couldn't. You don't have to say any more. Lochna, you need to fix his Cupid. I couldn't save our child, but you can save our world. Only you. I love you. You hear me? Forever. And always. Now, make the world whole, okay? Just like you make me.
%16 damage.
Oh, well, that's... Damn. That's still not that bad.
all that she went through. I had no idea. I thought she'd severed our bond on purpose, that she stole our child and ran. I fixed your Cupid like she asked. The limiter should be functioning properly now. There is one thing. Before I sat down to work, I took a long, hard look at the code. I'm pretty sure someone's tweaked it. Either that, or my memory's going to pieces.
Someone rewrote your code?
Rewrote might be overstating it. Let's just say it wasn't the latest version I released. And yet, because of it, I was finally reunited with Malingen. Could be we found our culprit already.
Yes.
She died beneath the rubble, with our child still inside her. Her Ka passed over to the other side, but her Ha remained, bound to our dead daughter. She knew all of this, of course. That's why she kept one cuff loose. Didn't want anyone seeing her vitals. Shame she couldn't use her favorite invention. She did all that to keep me and our daughter safe.
Sam out here just like listening to someone talk about trauma and losing their loved one in front of him. His whole response is, yeah.
He's like, damn, that's crazy.
I'm gonna turn this on though.
Mountain Knot City has joined the UCA. Lockdown Malingen, BTs and void outs, terrorist view. Cargo catapult. What? Yeah, just put it in, like, just load it into the cannon and fucking throw it out there.
Just shoot it.
It'll get there, don't worry about it.
Sis? I can hear you. We're whole again. We're one. Like before in the womb, remember? Malingen. Hakna.
That's not weird.
Well done, Sam. Thanks to
Killed
you,
one of our
Edge Knot City is
researchers.
finally within reach.
Successful
And here,
mission.
Wagner, your work will help ensure that the Chiron network remains online. Together, we might just make it all the way west. Now then, Sam, there's something else you ought to know. We've been studying the data from when you claim you encountered those soldiers. We had audio, which doesn't paint a complete picture on its own, but the languages, the names, and terms we picked out, the munitions we could identify, everything seems to indicate that you were on a battlefield over 100 years ago. World War I, to be precise. It wasn't a dream. Wasn't a hallucination. Maybe you were spirited away to another dimension or something. Given the time discrepancies, Maybe you were sent to a beach. Can't say anything for certain. That said, I've never heard of a beach turned into a battlefield. But beaches are shaped by the will of the people who inhabit them. Perhaps Hartman can offer a more rational explanation. Beaches are his specialty. Unfortunately, he's still outside the chiral network. Anyway, get some rest. No use dwelling on questions we can't answer yet.
So Alex, I looked into it. The cargo catapults. It makes the cargo have a parachute. But it's listed the cargo catapult can be used as a way to non-lethally deal with mules.
Thank you for your
Are you telling me
What?
you can load a mule into a cargo catapult? Fire them?
No, you
'Cause if you
load
are,
something into the catapult and then you aim it at the mule and then fucking rock them.
that doesn't sound very non-lethal. That doesn't sound non-lethal at all.
They're
Send some
just taking
cargo
a
at
nap.
their face at mock Jesus. Don't worry, he be aight.
Just shoots an antimatter bomb at Mock Jesus directly to their head.
Not gonna believe this, Sam, but that porter I hired, smart-ass Choom found 2 chips. By the time I nailed down the location of the second, it had been snatched by terrorists. I should have figured it out sooner. Thought I'd master your systems, you know? Took my eye off the ball for a second. Fuck! Probably brought the second chip back to the base already, too. You gotta get it back, Sam. These chips are my only chance. Get your ass to the distro center north of Mountain Knot City to get that order. Mama the Fallen Angel. Mountain Knot City is now part of the UCA. Lochner explained all about how it was all a misunderstanding. What a relief. Tar's all gone. Tar's all gone too, thanks to that bomb. It's gonna sound weird, but you know that order deck on Mama's left shoulder? Didn't used to think much of it. But someone told me it was a symbol of her atonement. She did betray Lochner after all, even if terrorism might have been displayed. I think definitionally she didn't. Couldn't help but think of herself as a fallen angel after that, forever barred from joining Lochna in heaven. Like Abezitibo, that one-winged fellow who followed Beelzebub down to Egypt once upon a time. Caused trouble for Moses. Guess Mama was feeling poetic when she redesigned her order deck and used it to comfort her dead child. Strange. Maybe, though, I suppose she was already dead herself. Looks like that's all in the past now, though. Looks like that's all in the past now, though. The misunderstanding's been resolved and the sisters are whole again. Thanks to you, Sam. Mama finally worked up the courage to cut the cord and send her baby to the other side where it belongs. It was the right thing to do for the kid. So the two are one. The fallen angel's got a second chance. Just as well, because no one's ever really beyond redemption, I'd like to think. Waiting autotoxemia. How's it going, Sam? You still taking care of your BB? I'm sure you are. Not like some porters I could mention. Some guys really shake their pots till their BBs start crying. Some even ditch them when the crying becomes too much. Of course, a quiet BB isn't necessarily a good thing. Could mean the kid's suffering from autotoxemia. Man, the thought alone stresses me out. It happened to me once, you see. I was out in BT territory, and I couldn't make it back to the private room in time. I tell my BB needed time in an incubator, but I was too late. Autotoxemia is a terrible thing, Sam. He was just floating there in his pod, wouldn't react no matter what I did. BBs can't detect BTs in that state either. Obviously, so even the most stone-cold porter would be sweating bullets. Truth be told, though, I was more worried about my BB than I was about myself. Screw the PR shit. They're not just equipment. I don't go saying that to just anyone, but I know you feel the same. If you ask me, a BB's no different from any other baby. Treat them with love and affection, and they'll react to you, same way they'd react to a parent. Sorry, I know I'm getting emotional, but can you do me a favor? Try to make sure your BB never suffers from autotoxemia, okay? If they do, take care of them and do whatever you can to make it feel better. Guys,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was just checking a thing, and one of the first searches that came up before I even typed in anything said, "Trump missing, Trump dead, Trump health."
Lol.
So I'm like, you know what? Let me click Trump missing. The first thing I see is Trump is not dead, no matter what social media says. That's like the first
Yeah.
fucking like article. Another one says Trump hasn't been seen in a little bit. Like concerns about his health. The fact that the first headline I see is he's not dead.
Does now it did make me laugh because like immediately the first two things I saw, I'm like, oh well, apparently he's been seen at the golf courses. Like,
But that's the thing.
wow,
Somebody mentioned that video was taken a month ago. The footage they used, people were able to check and say that was a month ago. That's a month-old image.
yeah. So now I'm suddenly like,
Whoa, where's BB? Where the fuck's BB?
Lou?
Oh, he gave it a name.
Ooh, looking for this? Surprise. Fragile warped me here. I finally got to visit the beach. Well, her beach.
Not a cool surprise.
Don't worry. I didn't come all this way for the sightseeing. Your beloved BB has a serious issue.
So it's sex. Dead man.
stop shaking the baby.
You may recall me explaining that these incubators connect BBs via the chiral network to their still mothers back at HQ. Bridge babies are quite literally bridges between this world and the other side. Their place is not here with us, nor with the BTs over there. They belong precisely in between, with no greater affinity for one world or the other. But BB-28 here has been leaning further and further towards the world of the living. Towards you, Sam.
It's because we're partners.
Partners? Sam, a BB's a tool, not a human being. Bridge, yes. Baby, no.
So tell me what the problem is.
This tool, this weapon, is transforming into a living being. It's gaining weight. Its brain activity is increasing. It's accumulating memories. BB-28 is becoming self-aware, becoming an actual child.
Doesn't sound like a problem to me.
It's hardware, Sam. Manufactured for a purpose. A purpose it cannot fulfill outside the pod. There is a 70% risk of catastrophic failure simply in removing it. Which hardly matters because at this point, it'll cease functioning within a couple of days.
Cease functioning?
That's right. Not even the pod will be enough. It'll be bricked.
What do we do?
We reset it. You'll have to leave it with me, of course. I'll cut the cord that links the two of you and then perform an operation that reconnects it to the other side. Think of it as a little tug to correct its alignment, to put it back where it belongs, right between the world of the living and the dead. But like I said, you'll have to be without it for a while.
It's gonna suck.
You're sure this'll work?
Of course. One catch, though. The surgery may erase its memories.
Erase? They'll forget me?
Relax. The BB will still function as intended. You just have to trust me. Come on. I'm telling you, it's like a game. Just select retry and start again. And this is why I hate these things.
You deserve that, you prick.
Sam. I was already filthy from my trip through the beach. But now your BB has added insult to injury.
Yes, fully clothed shower.
He didn't even turn on the shower. I'll be right back. I gotta use the restroom. Okay, I'm back.
You.
No one can spy on us in here. It's just you and me. No audio records of what we say. No video for lip-reading analysis. Get closer. Die Hardman cannot know of this. Understood? I've been doing some digging into the first BB experiments. Officially, they were suspended by the government following a void-out which claimed the life of the then-acting president. Documents were shredded. BB technology banned, yes? But obviously, the experiments continued in secret, on the direct orders of President Strand.
Bridget?
Excessive weight.
The BBs were essential to solving the mystery of the Death Stranding. Oh, she had big plans for them. They weren't designed just to be BT detectors. She wanted to incorporate them into the chiral network to facilitate travel to the beach. But none of her plans ever came to fruition. And now BB Tech has fallen into terrorist hands.
What's Die Hardman's part in this?
I'm afraid to find out. I don't know how long he was working for Strand. I don't even know his real name or his face. I thought you might, since you two go further back.
He was already wearing the mask when I met him. Something about burning his face.
Right. Sorry. Any data we have from back then is classified at the highest level. As far as I know, the director is the only one with clearance. But the chiral network presents a new opportunity. By compiling fragmented data in the public domain from all across the country, I might be able to piece
Why is he
together a
spitting?
little more of the puzzle. Be careful, Sam. They're watching. Well, Sam, you're a good sport. I'll give you that. Still, it's a fine way to get out of doing the laundry.
Just fix BB, all right?
Oh, no. You'll be doing the fixing. I'd never manage without your help. Check the delivery terminal upstairs for the details. When you're ready, of course.
Make BB feel better by connecting up nearby facilities with your Cupid to increase chiral density. Oh dear. Alright, well, we're actually at time, so we will continue this model. Have a good one, everybody.